right, here we are in the last 2 pages of the social studies lesson. We are still learning about Paula's presentation, and in her presentation she talks about the colorful costumes that people are wearing and some of the things that she sees at the museum. So follow along with me in your book. My family and I went to a Caribbean carnival downtown. It was so beautiful. People were dressed in costumes and dancing. Long ago, people in the Caribbean islands danced through their villages in costumes. Today, people enjoy practicing this tradition at carnivals around the world. And then over here, she has, I went to the Miami Art Museum with my family. I noticed some paintings that were made by an African-American artist named Jacob Lawrence. He was inspired by African art, which typically uses flat shapes and bright colors. He borrowed these ideas and made them a part of his work. So down here, I want you to write down, this is page 86, I want you to write down 2 things. They don't have to be sentences, you can just give me a list. Write one on here and one on here, 2 things that you learned from her presentation. One thing I learned is that the carnivals that people have today practice the traditions around the world. I didn't know that. And then over here, something that I learned is I didn't know that African art used flat shapes and bright colors. So those are 2 things that I learned. So maybe you learned those or something else. Let's go ahead and look at page 87. On page 87, you got this cute little chihuahua, or better known as a chihuahua. Let's read about the chihuahua. When I was walking home from school last week, someone asked if I had seen their missing chihuahua. I had never heard of a chihuahua. The person said a chihuahua is a kind of dog. The name comes from a state in Mexico. This is an example of a Mexican word that we use in our language today. Some customs are brought to the United States by immigrants. Other customs are created right here, said Paula. Together, these customs from near and far mix and make one big culture that we all share. In fact, the United States has one of the most diverse cultures on earth. The class clapped for Paula at the end of her presentation. Mrs. Jones told everyone that they had done a wonderful job teaching each other. So, how does culture shape a community? Well, by sharing customs. Okay, that's one way. Okay, those customs get mixed together from far and near, and here we are with the wonderful United States that we have today. So that's page 86 and 87. Since we're at the end of this lesson, you will find your packet of worksheets to do. If you have questions on those worksheets or you're not sure what to do on them, stay tuned. There will be a video that I just go through the worksheet and tell you exactly what to do.